Cheers! Welcome to my channel. This is a sneak peek for the year of 2026 Tarot Oracle reading. And Capricorn, you are the star of this astrological insight. If your sun sign is not Capricorn, we still all have a little bit of Capricorn in us. If you have your birth chart, which house is Capricorn in? That's where this energy shows up for you. My goal is to provide valuable information to empower you. I've already shuffled and washed the cards, just giving them a quick cut here. And we will start with the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck. And we do have the 9 of Pentacles. Yes, we're off to a great start, Capricorn. This is Venus energy. This is totally in alignment with the Earth sign. More Taurus energy than actually Capricorn, but still an Earth sign. Yes, little Stella, do you want to participate in the reading? That's my kitty cat. Okay, you be a good girl and sit nice on my lap. Go to sleep. Good girl. Go to sleep. We're not playing. I apologize. She just loves to sit on my lap during the readings. So the energy here is the 9 of Pentacles. This person is standing, and she's got 3 pentacles in the bush behind her, and she's got her hand on 6. So this is showing that a ratio, and Nikola Tesla talked about the power of 369, that if you understood it, you would have the key to the universe. And I feel that's part of this, like knowing the correct ratio of giving and taking. When we look at the pentacles, that's earth energy, and the baby of the earth signs is Taurus. It's like the stage of life is a toddler. It's the second sign in the zodiac, and that kind of energy is also the Empress energy, so the Venus energy, ruled by the planet Venus. And so this energy is about earthly matters. And it's about love, health, wealth. Not so much love, but health, wealth, and happiness, and what you can produce on the material realm from the spiritual. And so we're off to a good start. What this is saying is you need to learn give and take. And that's what the toddler, like the Taurus energy, is all about. Give and take, learning how to give and take. You may have noticed toddlers don't like to share. So this is a much more advanced, someone who's matured in that and has learned that if they have to keep enough of the coin for themselves to be able to support other people with coin. And this coin also it's not just money, it's energy and like just what you pour into your life. And she's got the falcon, which represents her ability to be able to get a high view so that she sends it out to fly over the land and come back with messages for her. And so this energy, we're going to start, I'm building a clock here. So the first card out is the 5 of Swords. And the 5 of Swords is talking about someone who's been in a battle, and he's survived the battle, but he's at least been in 2 now, and he's getting ready for a 3rd if need be. This card can also, because the swords represent the mental intelligence and control over your mind. Like you own your mind does not own you. And so this energy can be talking also about the subconscious, unconscious, and conscious mind. The subconscious mind are our thoughts that we have that are really imprinted on us from the time we're born till about the age of 7. And that energy, a lot of the times we can't remember, the very earliest parts of our life. So we have to rely on the people who are in charge of our care for that information, about who we were and how we were and all of that. And then we have the unconscious mind, which is about the spiritual realm, and then the conscious, that what we are aware of. So there we have it. I feel that because this card came out, it's saying something about this. So this can actually show an internal battle of will to be able to, manifest at this level. This is manifesting at a high level. Or it could be outside, that they're battling with outside influences. We don't know yet. This is January of the new year. You've survived. You're still standing after the New Year's Eve. Maybe you're a little hungover. So here's the energy again, another pentacle coming out. So this is Knight of Pentacles is a messenger. And the knights used to work for the king and for the queen, like the court, the royal court. And they would protect the castle and also deliver messages far and wide. That was the only form, is by horse. And so quite often they would start out as like a page at around 7 to 14. And then when they turned 21, they could become a knight if they could afford a horse and they had been doing a really good job. So that's the energy. The communication is coming in about this 10th pentacle. There's 9 here, and now we have a 10th one. And so this is a message of some sort of reward coming in, an opportunity. And it's interesting because this is, if we have 10 pentacles, 1 plus 0 equals 1. So we're into a 1-year cycle. And that's the energy that's been coming out a lot in this in these readings that I'm doing, the sneak peeks at 2026. In 2025, 2 plus 2 plus 5 equals 9. So that represents the end of a cycle, and that's like 9-year cycle. And we're moving into the 10th year, which is 1 plus 0 equals 1. And I feel like that represents this pentacle. So all the hard work that you've done in 2025, and for that whole night, like that, pretty much a decade, is you're ready to receive that. Like that's the energy that's coming in. So this represents communication. The 1 represents a new beginning, and that's what we're moving into. We're not just moving into a new year; we're moving into a new cycle. So it's sometimes, when there's a new year, you don't notice that it's a new year. But this time we're going to notice it's a new year because we're ending that decade of a cycle of energy. And so this is news coming in about this 10th pentacle. And so the communication in the old days would be, the knight on the horse, and then hand delivering it to the king. But now, it could represent like an email, a phone call, a text, a social post, that kind of energy. And so we'll see. And the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the deck. You'll notice his horse is at a standstill and he's over surveying the land, deciding which direction to go into. So it's kind of like this energy can be really something you've been waiting for a message you've been waiting for a long time. And it's finally coming in. Or this 10th pentacle is finally coming in. And look at that. Pentacles, pentacles, pentacles. Typical Capricorn energy. This is all about the earth. Capricorn energy is the most mature of the earth signs, and the pentacles represent earth energy. And that's Capricorn's job, is to they're being ambitious to bring what is from the heavens down to earth and bring it down in physical matter. And so what's happened here is these 6 pentacles are like these 6 pentacles. And this person is looking at these 6 pentacles and he's leaning on this wand. So he's thinking about taking action, and he's trying to decide, should I continue to pour my energy into these 6, or should I focus on this new pentacle that's coming, this message that just came in from the Knight? So that's pretty cool. It must be an opportunity to make for abundance. It's not necessarily money, but abundance, like health, wealth, happiness. Am I going to should I focus on this one, or should I continue focusing on how I made this one? Because I'm getting this pentacle is probably very different from the others. Like it's a different way, it's a different path. I apologize. My cat is being a pain in the buttski. Come on, you come sit up here. You make a decision or you'll have to go in the bedroom. She's like, no, I don't want to be locked away from the reading. You have to be a good girl. Okay, so now there's some energy coming in. This is January, February, March. I'm just going to move this up a little bit more. So I noticed in my last video that you couldn't see all the way to the bottom here. So here is 3 cups, and these people are celebrating. What I don't like about this card, it looks like it's a celebration, and it could be that. Having said that, there's 3 coin here that are behind, and I feel like those 3 cups represent, oh, these are the 3 coins that these people are celebrating about. And this is, remember, what has been invested in other people, etc. So they could be like, yay, this person's moving on to this new pentacle, and we can take charge of these 3 ourselves because they don't even have their hand on it anymore. And so this energy, it is a celebration, but I do not like this card. It's not my favorite card because they're toasting, but they're not toasting each other. No one's looking at each other. They're only looking at the cups, and they're looking what's in it for them. And this energy quite often could be gossip or slander in the community. It sometimes can be, like an indication of 3 people in a marriage where one of them doesn't know about the other one, that kind of energy. And so that it's also gossip, slander. Their focus is on on getting these 3 pentacles for sure. That's the energy I'm picking up here. January, February, March, April, May, and look at that. This is really representing the earth energy. The cups are about love, but if in a lot of European countries, if you do not look at each other when you toast, it's 7 years bad luck in your love life. So who would want that? The cups can also represent an energy of what you love to do, what you love to be, the people you love to be with. And so that's this reading is definitely more about the pentacle, as we can see. Well, it's defined here, and now the energy is coming in about this. This card actually is the only pentacle card in the deck where the person is working on the actual coin. And look at, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here, diligently working on them. And they're either on the 7th coin and have 1 to go here, and then they would have 9. So this could represent this 9. Or they've decided to take this pentacle and start working on this pentacle instead of these pentacles that are here. And then they would be on the second one. They have 1 done, and they have, they're on the 2nd, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like in that order to go. Having said that, these 3 pentacles, these people are focused on having, and this card sometimes can be about making money, like literally making money. And that could be counterfeit money. It could be all sorts of, like, I don't know what like all the schemes are, but it's talking about fraud, counterfeit, Ponzi schemes, that kind of energy. So it's actually money laundering. Yeah, making money, like, and out of thin air kind of energy, or off someone else's back. This should be more like here. So January, February, March, April, May, June. Oops. Oh, a tower hits. So who's the tower for? This energy belongs to you, Capricorn. This is your reading. And this energy, I feel, is belonging to this. You're busy just working on your pentacles. Like there's 1, 2, 3, 4. And I feel this energy is coming in, and it could be a tower for you, but it's because of some of the energy here. So yeah, someone wants your money and they don't want to have to work for it. They want you to do the work for it. So that's the energy coming in. And then there's a tower. Now, is the tower regarding the 9 pentacles that you've already accumulated, the new one that you're working on? Or is it regarding these people because they've been caught? That's the tower. So the tower is like a lightning bolt strikes, and it's out of nowhere. It's kind of like winning the lottery, and that it can mean that kind of energy. Like, this is a lot of money. This is representing generational wealth, like a legacy, you know, that you pass down to your children. And this energy is a reality check, and the reality check can be positive or negative. A lot of people view this as a negative card. All the tarot cards have the potential to be positive or negative, or I prefer, weak or strong. So depending on your situation. And I feel like there's some sort of reality check, and it's causing people to fall out of their castles. Lightning strikes. Now, how often does lightning strike? Not that often. How often do you win the lottery? Not that often. And this energy is saying that whoever was living in this tower, it's been hit by lightning bolt. And now whatever they were doing is being exposed. They're falling right out in the middle, for everybody. You can see them falling out of their tower. Being knocked down off their pedestal is what's coming up, because the crown is falling over. So that's the energy. And that would be in June. And then we have the sun. So the sun is the happiest card in the deck. And we're representing you, Capricorn. This energy here is your energy. So God is the sun. And this energy is talking about, like God is, that you're on your, this is a path that you're on, that you were supposed to get this money. This is your money for staying on your, working on what you came down to earth to do. And this is talking about divine intervention. And so that, like, the sun represents that energy. It's like there's sunflowers, and this baby is riding on this pony and is carrying this very heavy banner, but it's not heavy because he's able to do that with ease, because it's his destined path. It's his destiny. It's your destiny, this Capricorn energy here. And so whatever the reality check is, I'm getting it's regarding this energy, and that this is like kind of justice for you. And maybe you didn't even know about this. So because the tower is usually like a shock or a surprise too. It could be a good shock or a bad shock. And it could even for you be like what people would call a bad shock, but it's the truth coming out about what's happened, and you're being informed, because that's talking about that. So it might be talking about that you have some money that's been fraudulently taken from you in some way. This sometimes isn't like, because this is generational wealth. This is legacy. This can be, you might have been in someone's will. This could be an inheritance that you didn't receive. And so the universe and God are making sure that you get what you came, that you get what was yours, what was destined for you when you came onto the planet. Wow, look at Pentacles, 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 the King of Pentacles. I really, this is so, I love this, because this is talking about, the true energy, health, wealth, happiness from all your hard work. And Capricorn is an energy where they're ambitious, and they'll take consistent steps of action to get to the goal. And if you've ever been in Canada and you've traveled from Alberta to British Columbia, you can go through like Banff, and you'll see these mountain goats on the steep mountains, like, and it's like almost straight up, and you're wondering, how did they get up there? Determination, that's how. And they're very sure-footed like that. They just take one step at a time to reach the goal, and they're very focused on it. And the glyph that represents Capricorn is actually a mountain goat with a fish tail. So can you imagine climbing a mountain and you don't even have a rear feet, you have a tail instead. So this is real determined energy to reach the goal. and on a consistent basis, reaching the goal through consistent actions. And so this energy, we've got now the King of Pentacles, like that's the king of all, right? So this energy is talking about, it could be that King of Pentacles, like this could be family, and a King of Pentacles left money for you, and you have not, and it's focusing on this coin here. So I feel like this king is very focused on this coin. And the King of Pentacles is someone that's usually really well respected in their community. They are someone like a financial advisor, you know, they could be the head of a bank, you know, like high up in the bank. And you trust them with your money. You trust them with, you know, with your future, and take advice from them. And they're known to be very good at business and good with money and how to accumulate it. And so it's either a King of Pentacles giving this message, or this is a King of Pentacles that this message is about. So it could be someone that you trusted, or an advisor that you had that didn't know as much as they thought they did, or they were in this energy just wanting to take at least three of those pentacles of your hard work. And then now we have some romance and love coming in. So this is 2 cups here. This is soulmate energy. So soulmates are quite often romantic partners, but they don't have to be. The soulmate energy is like 2 people coming together, and they're perfect for each other. Like they balance each other out, and they're both balanced. Like each of them is balanced in their masculine and their feminine energy, and come together. When they come together, it's 1 + 1 = infinity, because they don't need each other. They work very well together, and they both are very balanced on their own. And when you put that energy together, you know, it multiplies. When you collaborate with people and you add a person, you know, you know, you're going to 1 + 1 = 2. And then, you know, if you add another 3 people, 1 + 3 = 4. But in this instance, if you add 2 people here, it's 1 + 1 = infinity, because the possibilities are endless, because they're both so balanced. This can represent one person being in this energy. Also, it doesn't have to be like about love. It could be a partner in business, because the cups can represent doing what you love, being what you love, and doing it with people you love. And so it could be you love to work with this person, because there's a lot of pentacles here. And so, and that when you work together, it has like it's infinite potential. And the thing to remember here is these are archetypes. So the king could actually be a male in their physical energy, or in their masculine energy, sorry, or a female in their masculine energy. And so, or, you know, like it could be a couple. This could represent, quite often it does represent a couple. So there's some energy here coming in about that. I don't get so much that this is a love reading, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4 pentacle cards. We have, you know, a lot of information here regarding reality here on planet Earth, and the only cups are these ones here and this here. So we'll see. You notice there's only 2 people here, but there's 3 people, and that's what I was talking about. If this is a couple, there could have been a third party. This could be someone was cheating, and so either of the partners could have been cheating, and that is the third person. Or it could be the energy of just someone outside, these 3 outside of this relationship, they're focusing on their energy here. And you know, like even this, look at the banner, is It's kind of like wanting to carry this banner that was destined for you. And this one is kind of dressed the same as this person. This is like a lot like the banner, and the soulmate energy up here, the wings, you know, it just looks like it's something to do with that. And then we have the Nine of Cups. Interesting. So now we we have the Nine of Pentacles and we have the Nine of Cups. And this energy now is talking about everything that you love, your home, you love the place you live, the location of where you live, the people you work with, you love your partner, you love your family, you love your children. You almost have this 10th cup. And it might be available now because of this energy. Maybe you just met someone, and that's the end. Maybe the King of Pentacles has met someone. And this could be, again, a love interest or something that you love. And this energy is talking about you already have 9 cups. You're very highly favored. And but this person is on stage, on display. And they're sitting there, and those cups, are they above their head or are they behind? So remember that, especially with general readings, like collective readings, the energy is past, present, future. You know, it depends on where you're at in this process. And, but what it is saying, if you look at the energy, it's incongruent, body language wise. When you sit with your feet turned out like this, that you're leaking energy. And here, this is very closed. Having said that, this is in the sign of an infinity symbol, the way that they're holding their, you know, their hands here. But it's you know, like this is like closed energy and this is open energy. So what it's saying is you need to remain, if you want to achieve, like maybe you've been working really, really hard you know, for a long time and very focused on bringing material down to earth, but now you want that cup of love. And so you want this soulmate in your life, and that's the energy of what's missing. And this is something you've always wished for, having like being the King of Pentacles and having the love of your life to share it with. And so this energy, the problem with this card is it means you're wishing for something. You don't have it yet. You're highly favored to get it. It's like you're in a race, and, you know, many a race is lost in the last lap. So it's saying, do not allow other people to distract you from your cup. Keep, you know, and what I'm noticing here is there's 3 plus 2 cups here, and that's like 5. And that's like, this is the only sword energy we have. And this is having to battle over 5 things. And I feel like it has to do with these cups. So we need to move forward here, September, October. Oh, I've never seen a reading with so many pentacles. It's making me laugh. It's just so funny because this is like such heavy earth energy, and in particular, someone who's very ambitious. So these 6 cups now, we're talking about the give and take of these 6 pentacles, not cups, pentacles. These 6 pentacles, these 6 pentacles, these 6 pentacles. And then we're talking about give and take. Now, he's holding a justice scale here. So someone is not receiving any money from him because they've already got something in their pocket. And he knows, hey, I'm not giving money to this person. They don't need it. Why are they coming to me for money? You know, this person needs it. And that's why they're receiving it. And they're receiving like 6 coins. See that? He's willing to give from himself. This 3 is represented here. Saying it again, it's about give and take. This is give and take when you plant the seeds. This is like knowing who to give to, who to take from, how much to give, how much energy to take, how much money to pay people, how much money to save for yourself. Making sure that you know who you're really dealing with here. Are these people celebrating your success, or are they celebrating their success? That's the energy that's coming in. Not great to see when you know, oh my goodness, look at this. And God is saying, I said what I said. This reality check is going to hit this energy, and I feel like God has said it, said it, said it, said it, said it. Like, you could be here, you could have, the energy coming in, this is saying this person, this Capricorn energy is going to receive this pentacle. It's theirs. They were destined to receive it. They were destined for this energy. They were destined to meet their soulmate. They were destined to have a strong love life. Someone took something from them, and it is going to be returned to them. And you may, the people that took it may have thought, oh, this is awesome, you know, because this is reward for following your North Star. So the person isn't getting rewarded for what they've made money-wise. The money is coming in because they've stayed on their path, on their destined path. And that is in alignment with God. This is about being rewarded because you stayed in alignment with a path that was destined to you, that God planned for you, and that the universe supplied for you. And you can't take from, like, yeah. So this energy, it could have been like these people received a gentle nudge, you know, you might not want to go there. And then it was like the frying pan, you don't want to go there. And then the 2x4 has to hit. So some people don't get the subtle signs. So then the universe steps in and knocks, bang, you get knocked off your pedestal. And that's what's happened. Like, this is very clear here. That energy is like, it's just, and it's like not about punishment. It's about karma hitting, because the karma is cause and effect. People talk about karma like as if it's punishment a lot of the time. It's not. It's cause and effect of your actions and the actions of others, and also the inactions of others. Sometimes, indifference can be worse than, like, if you know something's happening and you don't do anything, you'll get hit with this tower even harder, because you're not even, these people might not be in their right mind, but you're watching it happen and you know it's wrong, and you just keep letting it happen. And that's the energy. And that's the cleanup, I feel, that's happening in 2025 and 2026, moving from one year into the other. This is divine, poetic, universal justice. It's just the way it works. And this energy, because this is generational wealth, could have been like, this could be representing several generations. I'm going to clarify this with my oracle cards. If you're enjoying this reading, please do like and comment. It really, I appreciate it a lot. It helps me to build my channel. We're going to move forward here and clarify with my oracle cards, Tales from the Vector. So I began this oracle back in 2007. I completed it in 2020. There was 64 paintings. And so they're ready to, I want to bring it out as a deck now. I'm working on the information that goes with it. So I'm working with you people, thank you. I'm gathering the information to write the book that goes with it. And then I'll bring it out. So I'm not sure how long that will be. I'm guessing sometime, I'm not even guessing, I'm just estimating sometime in 2026 here. So this is December energy here. So this energy is, I'm just tuning these cards into those. Usually I can just feel when, okay, oh, there it is. Okay. The Hierophant. The Hierophant is is about traditional structure. The Hierophant is like judgment coming from the spiritual and physical realm. It's an authority figure that it could, like on the physical level, it can represent a judge, like someone who's highly esteemed, someone who has authority to keep traditional structure in place, to keep the law and order and the rules in place. And so that energy, this is talking about this energy, and I feel like there could be someone that's in this position that wasn't fulfilling their position. That could have been through negligence, it could have been, intentional, it could have been accidental, whatever it was. The Hierophant is stepping in, and the Hierophant is also like the temple of the soul. And so it's talking about The prosperity that is here was designed and given to this individual, to you, because I'm reading for you, Capricorn, and was designed so that they could go on their journey. They have an important mission here on the planet. And for someone else to step in and try to take that, it's caught up. And this is talking about, I feel like it could be even 3 generations of this happening. And so, but it's finally, okay, you know, it's time. It's time for this person to have this money now. And so that they can continue on their journey. And that's what's going to happen because it's divinely ordered. And that energy comes from the spirit, what people call spiritual court, is basically just between you and God. And, you know, you'll get what you deserve. When God says, promises you something when you come in when you're born, you will receive it if you stay on your path. And sometimes you'll be tested a lot. And that's what this card is saying. You know, the reason you're going to get this pentacle is because you stayed on your path, even though it was very, like, tempting, I'm getting at times, to go off the path. You didn't. You stayed on course. So this energy here is, yes, because you, and this could represent a battle within yourself to stay on course. Because it's hard. I mean, everybody else is enjoying your pentacles and, you know, like, you're you know, wondering, what about mine? And the 21 is the last card in the major arcana. And so this is 2 + 1 = 3, 3 cups. It just keeps coming up. And so this is, once you become neutral to the energy, and you just, like, sometimes you have to just surrender to the divine, like to the universal powers. Like, this is the energy, this is what your destiny is, it's fated for you. You have to get neutral enough to allow it to happen and to surrender it. That's, you know, that having faith in how the world actually works. And I really love to see this here because 2025 has been a real challenging year for some people because it's the end of that cycle and moving into this new cycle. And having said that, this is going to be a challenging time also because we're in a totally new cycle. And we're seeing that, like, already, like, it's a very, like, a lot of people are really feeling this. That's why I did a bonus full moon reading, and I'm planning to do a bonus new moon reading because that's on the 20th. Because I feel like this energy is really important for people to recognize. It's not just another new year, it's a new cycle. And it's full of opportunities, but things are going to have to be done in a new way. The world is going to demand it. And then, okay, so lack of awareness on this. So there's a lot of missed opportunities for this Capricorn energy because they weren't aware of something. And it has to do with this energy here. And it's on the communication. So they didn't receive some sort of communication that they were supposed to receive. That's the energy. Then we have the devil coming in. So temptation. Okay. So when, you know, the devil is temptation. So the devil's not going to tempt you with, oh, I'm going to, you know, have all this horrible smelly stuff and then you sign your soul over to me and then you go to hell. It's like not that kind of energy. Temptation comes in the form of something that you really desire, something you really want, something really beautiful that pleases your senses. And that temptation is like, we're all capable of falling into that energy. When the devil energy comes in, I always cover it with the next card because the devil can't do their own dirty work because the devil isn't actually a person. It's not, the devil has to get his minions to do his dirty work for him and then coax them into doing it. And 1 + 5 = 6. And like, that's the energy again. So so this energy, I'm covering it to see what is this about. And this is the courage to be able to stay on your path. And so this is coming from the divine covering the devil, like, because you stayed on your path, now you're really going to, Capricorn's going to receive this coin that, like this big coin, this coin that started off here, this little coin that was standing between their feet, that's going to become a very big coin. The small coin in the, in the communication is this coin being returned to the owner. Abuse of power right on this energy. I hate to see this energy on here because it feels, like it's when you pay people and you trust them with your money and your life, and then they abuse that power so that they can, you hire people like that because they are experts, right? Are you upset about something? You're going to have to wait, Stella. Sorry. She's being very vocal right now. So the Aries energy is talking about this new energy. This is, should you be or should you do? And so that's kind of the energy. Should I keep going on what I was working, or should I work on this new? And it's also talking about this energy of Mars energy is very aggressive energy. And it's kind of like the energy of Aries as an infant. You think about how much a newborn baby has to learn. And within 1 year, they're already learning to walk, talk, like they had to crawl, like they learn how to eat, they learn how to drink out of a cup instead of having a bottle or breastfeeding. So there's so much that a baby learns, but it's just natural course of events. And that's what this is talking about. We're moving into this new way of being. So don't be in a state of worry over things like this, because there is natural order. A lot of people feel like the world's falling into chaos. I feel like we're just seeing the chaos that was already there. And like, whether people just because you couldn't see it doesn't mean that it wasn't there. Now with all the information coming out and us having access to so much information, excuse me, we are able, to see things that we couldn't see before and do things that we couldn't do before. That's the Aries energy. This is Rami energy because this is the energy of the determination. Babies come in head first for a reason. Indifference, speaks for itself. Like if you're in a position and you become indifferent to your position and, you don't feel like we're all in it together anymore. You feel like we're in it for me kind of energy is what's coming up. Sitting on this I am energy. I am more important than everybody else. This is dissension. So with friends like this, who needs enemies? Swimming with sharks. One thing about this energy, you're very unlikely to be struck by lightning. It's very highly improbable. You're very unlikely to win a lottery. You're barely likely to win at the slot machines at a casino. You know what I mean? Because the odds are stacked against you. But in this energy, who needs friends like this or enemies when you have friends like this? There's people that knew about it. They were gossiping about it. And they went along with it on some level. So there was dissension. It's dividing people. This is divide and conquer energy instead of uniting people. And that's like sitting right, and this is the judgment that's coming in from the universe and from the Most High. And then we have jealousy. Yeah, and so it's interesting because this card is saying like sibling rivalry. We are all siblings on the planet. Having said this, this is talking about generational wealth. So people in the family could be involved in it because I don't know the reason. Usually when there's a will, people get their equal share, when it's an inheritance. But whatever that is. And then father figures. So this is talking about, you know, someone that you really look up to, a father figure, or not having a father figure. So was it an unfair will or something? But if someone owns something and they have a will, what do they call it when the person that carries out the will? The name isn't coming to me, but it will come to me probably after this reading is over. But the person that does make sure that the will is carried out exactly the way the person says. And whatever this person, it's up to them. What they say is what they say, and that's what should be carried out. What is the name of what that person is? It's someone that's assigned the role of making sure that the wishes of the person who wrote the will are carried out. It starts with an E. I just can't grab what it is. So this is talking about going after total permission to go after your authentic desires. And that's the reason why this justice is coming in, like here, about whatever was taken from Capricorn being given back to that energy. And recognize when these signs come up, they like, there's only one here, but we're also talking about the Capricorn energy. In a general reading like this, I'm talking more about the state of being. I'm not talking about individual people. I'm talking about the energy of the stage that someone's in. And so the Aries is the infant, and the Capricorn energy, and it's fire and about action. And the energy of Capricorn is earth. The element is earth, and they're the most mature version of this earth. It's about responsibility, and you know, that's the traditional structure from the Hierophant. And then we have the need to be right. So the need to be right, you know, do you have to be right, or would you rather be happy? So some people just, it could be, the executor of the will may have felt that what the father figure did was not correct. So they took it into their own hands to make the will right. That's the energy coming in. And that's not what you do when you're the executor. You follow exactly the orders of the person or persons that this is for. That's the energy. I couldn't remember the name. And then here is the falling star. So this energy in my oracle is a dragon falling through the air. And this is the heart chakra. So this is about what you love and being in love. And it's falling and failing in love is a matter of I. And then there's also card 20 is the same dragon, but it's not its head is straight up. So it's representing judgment. And that's saying that only God has the big picture, and only God is really qualified to judge other people's actions, because we don't know what happened here, you know, for all of the people involved to be in the positions they're in. Only God knows the big picture and what was motivating everybody here. And so that's just the energy we're in. It's talking about justice, and it's talking about, and isn't that interesting, because this is talking about the year 2025, I feel, becoming it's a new energy coming in. And that's saying that 2025 is going to be a new, there's going to be a new way to have to do everything. So this is a really good reading. I hope you've enjoyed it, Capricorn. If you have, please give it a like and a comment. Let me know. And consider subscribing if you're enjoying this energy. And I will be back. I'm going to do my best to get a new moon reading out, because it's been coming up a lot, and I think it could be really empowering for people. And for sure, I'll have one for the end of the year here. I also just put out a sneak peek at the energy for all of these signs. So if you're interested in any of the other signs other than this one, you can also look at that. All right, bye for now. Oh, no.